Hai, selamat pagi. Hari ini anda masih lagi bersama dengan Fieffy dalam show kantin daripada pukul 11.30 pagi sampai pukul 2 petang. So hari ni Fieffy ada special guest kat dalam konti kita bersama dengan Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumiputera, iaitu Head Strategic Communication Cik Azrul Izwan Amin Nazarullah. Betul saya sebut?
Ya, betul. It's a bit of a mouthful, but yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, ceritakan sikit Cik Azrul, apa sebenarnya Yayasan Peneraju ni?
Okay, Yayasan Peneraju ni sebenarnya is one of the latest initiatives under the Prime Minister's Department, actually Jabatan Perdana Menteri, di bawah Bumiputera Economic Transformation Roadmap. Ada 7 ekonomi Bumiputera.
Okay.
So Yayasan Peneraju ni tujuan dia bila ditubuhkan adalah untuk meningkatkan kualiti, kuantiti dan juga keberkesanan bakat-bakat Bumiputera dekat Malaysia ni lah.
Okay.
So Yayasan Peneraju ni memang target dia untuk Bumiputera in Malaysia. Ya.
So sebenarnya untuk Yayasan Peneraju ni orang kata siapa yang Yayasan Peneraju nak mendekati secara khususnya? Segi umur ke?
Okay. Bila cakap umur tu dia menarik because Yayasan Peneraju ni kiranya kalau if you go by the kind of scholarships yang kita buat, scholarships / program tajaan lah basically.
Okay.
The kind of students that we bring in, they range from as young as 12 years old.
Okay, bermakna daripada darjah 6?
Daripada lepasan darjah 6, lepasan biasa actually kita ambil as low as 12 years old sampai as young as 12 years old sampai lah ke our paling senior. I wouldn't say old, you know. So paling senior adalah about 50 years old.
Seriously? That means peringkat umur tu daripada 12 sampai 50 tahun pun boleh join juga?
Yup. So that shows you how big of a range of programs yang kita buat lah. Yayasan Peneraju ni in general, if I can just share sekejap before we dwell into it a bit more later. Yayasan Peneraju ni programs yang kita run dia terbagi pada 3.
Okay.
Akademik. Akademik ni kita panggil Peneraju Tunas lah.
Okay.
Skill, Peneraju Skil dan juga Profesional, Peneraju Profesional. So untuk 3 program teras ni, bawah dia ada banyak lagi sub programs. So itu yang boleh range daripada 12 tahun sampai ke 50 lebih tahun.
Okey, itu penerangan daripada Cik Azrul. Kalau korang nak tahu lebih lanjut lagi, korang kena stay tune bersama dengan Fieffy sebab banyak lagi topik-topik menarik yang Fieffy akan bincangkan bersama Cik Azrul. So stay tune bersama dengan Mykampus Radio. Jom berbual bersama. Okey, kembali lagi bersama dengan Fieffy dalam show kantin hari ini. So hari ini kita akan bercakap tentang skill dan juga apa lagi Cik Azrul kita nak bercakap hari ini?
Pasal peluang kerjaan pendidikan.
Yes, daripada Yayasan Peneraju. So, saya nak tanya juga, okay, let's say kalau candidates yang nak join tu, macam orang cakap dari segi akademik tak adalah nak pandai sangat kan? And then boleh terima ke tak?
Okay, Yayasan Peneraju ni what's interesting about what we do is kita orang believe in second chance.
Okay.
In fact, kelahiran Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumiputera ni adalah berdasarkan our belief in giving people second chance lah. So if you go back kepada again I will repeat that we have 3 main trust programs, Peneraju Tunas untuk akademik, Peneraju Skil dan juga Peneraju Profesional. They are all about we don't necessarily take people yang score, kalau kita talk about SPM like
8A,
9, 10, even 21 A's for that matter. We don't actually look at students like that. They can apply for our programs and they might qualify, tapi we also believe in giving chances kepada orang-orang yang macam kalau SPM as low as 5 A's, 5 A minus actually. So kalau kita untuk UPSR, UPSR ada 5 subjek, so kita orang bagi as low as 3A. Kalau STPM 2A minimum. Okey.
Itu untuk yang akademik lah. Okey, tadi Cik Azrul ada bagi tahu yang kita ada tunas, kita ada skill dan juga profesional.
Correct.
So untuk profesional tu boleh terangkan sikit?
Okay, before we go into professional, I think it's also important for me to share about skill.
Okay, skill first.
Skill ni is also interesting in the sense that bawah Peneraju Skill ada 2 program utama lah basically. So kita orang panggil satu tu Peneraju Skil Iltizam. Skill Iltizam ni basically Peneraju Skil adalah for those who are not academically inclined, yang lebih terror lah bab penerbangan ni semua. So yang macam tak berapa minat belajar. So I would just say it like that lah. So Satu Peneraju Skil Iltizam, satu lagi tu Peneraju Skil Mahir. Skil Iltizam ni this is the easiest program to get into actually. So for all those listeners out there, kriteria utama untuk Peneraju Skil Iltizam adalah as simple as boleh membaca, boleh menulis dan minat, tu je.
So that means kalau untuk pendengar-pendengar kita yang, sebab kita ni banyak pendengar underground indie, so kebanyakan orang dari segi akademik tak adalah orang cakap power sangat. So that means diorang boleh pilih untuk Iltizam lah.
Boleh, Iltizam, Skill actually, and maybe some parts untuk profesional pun boleh. So kalau kita cerita pasal skill ni, we have a case where one of our scholars, he's actually tahun ni maybe 27 or 28 years old. Dia SPM, he didn't do it so well, tapi dia tahu that he's better with his hands. So dia enrolled himself in program welding lah. Welding. Tapi welding yang dia buat ni bukan dengan Yayasan Peneraju lah. Although Yayasan Peneraju does have such program, tapi this was before Yayasan Peneraju. So dia masuk program welding, and then last year, I think if not mistaken, he found out about our program Peneraju Skil Inspector Kimpalan. So it's an upgrade of Kimpalan lah, Kimpal, Inspector Kimpalan. So bila dia masuk program tu, he completed the program within, if not mistaken, about 6 months. Point is less than a year lah. So bila his last drawn salary was 3,000 over, bila lepas dia complete program kita orang tu, less than a year, he's now earning an average of about 17,000 a month.
Wow!
And he's only 27 or 28 this year.
That's cool.
So actually a lot of people, they don't know macam kalau orang cakap lah macam, you know, it's not the end of the road. Biasanya lepas SPM, lepas SPM dapat result macam tak berapa cantik sikit. Terus rasa macam nak bunuh diri lah apa sebagainya.
And one thing yang Fi perasan, actually macam ada certain people yang dia dah on the academic side tak apa-apa nak especially on SPM, and then diorang continue kerja. So bila continue kerja, starting the salary is really low. So macam they just continue je kerja tu sampai bila-bila, and then they get salary macam tu je. So kalau diorang join dengan Peneraju, ini apa yang diorang akan dapat lah.
Yeah, betul. Because how this guy, nama dia Zulfadli, actually lepas dapat gaji 17,000 tu, I heard dia terus kahwin.
Wow, okay.
But anyway, so what's different about this program adalah untuk program Peneraju Skil, especially Skil Iltizam or Skil Mahir, all the programs that we do, they are either industry recognized ataupun internationally recognized. So maknanya boleh jual lah sijil yang dah dapat ni. It's not just like macam satu benda yang sekadar dapat sijil kehadiran and things like that. So actually sijil yang dapat ni boleh dijual, actually membuatkan diorang lebih laku.
So boleh bagi contoh sijil yang ada under Iltizam ataupun skill tu? Kalau we look at different industries lah. Kalau contoh international certification yang that I can think of now is City and Guild. City and Guild ni dia lebih pada like macam what do you call it, hotel, spa, terapi. Ada juga.
Ada. So Yayasan Peneraju, the range of program kita buat tu, kalau saya nak cakap the total of programs that we do,
memang banyak
daripada
lah.
Sejak kita wujud in 2012, lebih pada I think more than 50 programs we've run, and some of them are still continuing.
That's nice.
Yeah, so and how we make sure yang program-program kita macam awal tadi saya kata, Yayasan Peneraju ni meningkatkan kualiti, kuantiti dan keberkesanan. Keberkesanan tu actually relevance lah.
Yes.
So how do we ensure the relevance of Bumiputera talents ni to the employers out there adalah pertama through sijil-sijil yang macam tu lah, yang industry recognized, internationally recognized. And kedua, we make sure that all our programs are ada demand from the industry. So it's a thorough process that we go through before kita orang introduce any programs. Kita akan by virtue of being under the Jabatan Perdana Menteri, so whenever we do a program, we will make sure yang macam our working committee will make sure yang macam yes, the country actually needs this kind of skill, this kind of people in our country, for the country to flourish dan sebagainya. So so we have industry experts. So we, in fact, last year we established an advisory council. Advisory council ni is a group of people daripada industri yang macam we meet every year tu, maybe like 2 or 3 times. Itu face to face lah. Kalau secara contact different ways lah, email atau whatever not tu tak terkira lah. To just get their input. Bila kita nak buat program, cakap we will ask lah macam this is what our program partners tell us, propose to us that we should do. Is it right that Malaysia actually needs this kind of talent? Are they marketable atau tidak? Bila diorang kerja nanti, adakah dia akan dapat certain tangga gaji?
Yes, betul.
So we make sure all of those checklists dah di-tick lah before we run the program.
Yelah, sebab sometimes kita takut juga kadang ada yang nak join tapi bila after done tak ada kerja ataupun gaji yang dapat tu tak orang cakap tak sama dengan apa yang dijanjikan. Betul. Lah kan.
So ramai lah actually takut sebenarnya.
Betul.
For Yayasan Peneraju, because we're new, boleh kata 4 tahun ni kira baru lagi lah.
Lama juga.
Walaupun kita dah I think now dah approach 9,000 or we've exceeded 9,000 scholars dalam masa 4 tahun. That's actually a big number.
Betul.
So tapi for us to actually go to the people out there and convince them, okay, look, our programs are genuine. So these are the promises for this program, employment lah, tangga gaji, this and that semua tu. For a new organisation, it's at first it was a bit difficult to convince people lah, macam sign up for our program, this is what you're going to do, this is how we're going to help you to change your lives dan sebagainya. But sekarang ni, with such success story, misalnya saya sebut tadi Zulfan tadi, he's just one of this 8,000 over yang their lives are really changing through our programs. So yalah, nak ramai orang takut at first, but take that leap lah in life. It's something that you will not regret lah, I would say.
So kalau macam untuk peringkat umur daripada 12 tahun sampai ke 50 tahun untuk every skill yang ada dekat dalam Peneraju, dan adakah program tu memang berjalan sepanjang masa setiap hari ataupun ada hari-hari tertentu?
Okay, so Yayasan Peneraju tak pernah berhenti lah basically. So there's always something that happens every day. In the sense that when I say something that happens adalah program lah, program yang berlaku. So some of our programs, they are short term in nature. Ada program tu could be like 2 months. Ada program tu could be as long as 5 years.
Oh, paling lama.
So mostly yang 5 years tu macam untuk professional lah, professional and also akademik. Sebab kalau kita bawa orang masuk daripada SPM, UPSR, SPM, STPM, so UPSR tu dah masuk sekolah menengah 5 tahun.
Yes, correct.
So 5 tahun tu lah yang kita akan jaga and monitor these scholars. Kalau yang SPM masuk foundation and then teruskan dengan degree, because we will make sure SPM, STPM leavers ni dia akan graduate from our program with at least a degree. So that's the promise also lah.
That means kena buat full time ataupun part time pun boleh macam?
Academic has to be full time. Skill mostly adalah full time actually. Professional however, sebab professional ni some of the programs yang kita buat ni adalah untuk working adults.
Betul.
Kan? So yang tu kita orang lenient sikit lah, kita orang bagi orang buat part time. Part time
tu
weekend classes
lah, untuk Saturday Sunday macam tu.
Yep.
So kiranya dia punya course tu macam PJJ jugalah.
In a way it is lah. But what sets our programs apart from the rest, I would say adalah we have this thing called nurture and develop program. So what we notice, right? What we notice in Bumiputera talents nowadays adalah they are very capable. We all know that they are very capable people. Cumanya pertama opportunity lah.
Yes, peluang tu tak ada.
Tak ada. But now here we are today, we're telling you there are a lot of opportunities out there through Yayasan Peneraju itself dan banyak agensi lain lah. Peluang tu dah ada, that's sorted. Number 2 adalah that soft skills. A lot of people say macam if you go to university ke sekolah ke, semua orang cakap soft skills tu kurang dan sebagainya. But something needs to be done on it lah.
Because sometimes diorang tak confident.
So this is what we're trying to do through Yayasan Peneraju program lah. All those 3 trusts, be it akademik, Peneraju Tunas, Peneraju Skil ataupun Peneraju Profesional, tiga-tiga tu ada elemen nurture and develop, memupuk dan membangun actually. Membangun. So at the end of the day, apa yang kita nak cuba buat adalah fine. Satu tu bagi peluang untuk dapat tajaan.
Yes,
satu.
betul.
Kedua dapat kerja, degree, whatever lah, it is, certification dan sebagainya. But the most important part is to help craft seseorang tu punya what do you call it, soft skills lah. Craft dia punya soft skills, so help them out, make sure that bila diorang habis program tu, they become holistic.
Betul.
So holistic ni setengah orang salah faham, ingat holistic tu macam alif.
Betul.
But it's not that really. Holistic tu is well rounded lah. So maknanya serba boleh.
Yes.
Boleh akademiknya okay. Kalau yang skill tu skill lah. Good with their hands. Lepas tu at the same time they are coupled with good soft skills. Boleh bercakap dengan orang, boleh manage orang, good communication skills. English tu is also one part of it lah.
So that means after kalau diorang join dengan Peneraju, campak kat mana pun memang diorang boleh hidup lah.
Correct. That's how we try to brand our scholars lah.
So kita akan kembali lagi bersama Cik Azrul untuk banyak lagi soalan yang nak tanya. So stay tune bersama dengan Mykampus Radio. Jom berubah bersama. Okay, kembali lagi bersama dengan Fieffy dalam show kantin hari ini. So hari ni sebenarnya bersama dengan Fieffy, Cik Azrul daripada Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumiputera. So kalau kepada siapa yang dah tertinggal tadi Cik Azrul, macam mana, apa sebenarnya program-program selain daripada yang Iltizam dengan tadi kita dah sentuh pasal Iltizam, sorry. So boleh kita sentuh sikit pasal profesional pula.
Okay. Profesional, okay. So Peneraju Profesional, target dia pun agak quite big lah, the range. So mostly I would say macam sekarang ni bawah Peneraju Profesional there are like 3 or 4 programs. Professions actually, not programs. 3 or 4 professions yang kita tengok. Pertama, most of the numbers of scholars that we bring in untuk Peneraju Profesional adalah daripada accounting. So there are accounting programs. So this year we're bringing in 1,000 scholars untuk accounting program. So accounting programs ni, what they do is adalah they will graduate through our programs dengan professional accounting certification macam ACCA, CIMA, ICAW, MICPA, CEANZ dan macam-macam lah basically. So untuk accounting programs ialah 1,000 orang kita tengah cari. So yang 1,000 orang ni daripada lepasan SPM sampailah ke those yang dah bekerja actually. So macam tadi kita mention pasal ada program full time, ada program part time. So untuk lepasan SPM ni kita ambil diorang untuk full time because they are still in that momentum of studying. Right? So at least bila dia complete dia punya professional certification program ni, dia lajulah sikit. Untuk yang part time tu sometimes by nature of it being a part time program, so dia lama lah sikit tu habis. So untuk part time programs we target for working professionals. So selain daripada accounting programs, we also have finance, chartered financial analyst. We have licensed aircraft engineer. So sexy names lah and all these things. So dia ada banyak range lah.
So dari segi yang macam untuk part time tu, kebanyakan itu memang dah bekerja bertahun-tahun baru nak join dengan Peneraju ke macam mana? Macam ni you guys tarik untuk daripada orang-orang muda dan juga orang yang dah bekerja untuk tarik join dengan Yayasan Peneraju punya program.
Kalau yang I think it's easier to convince the more mature crowd lah untuk apply for programs because bila program ni macam accounting ke finance ke, they are very specific. So untuk orang-orang it's not really try and error lah. So untuk orang-orang yang memang dah pasang cita pada awal ni, aku nak jadi professional accountant one day, I want to be a chartered financial analyst one day. So at least diorang dah tahu dah macam this is the kind of profession that they want to end up doing.
Dia dah target apa yang dia nak jadi.
So bila kita advertise ke kat mana, surat khabar ke, social media ke, every talk on radio ke apa benda, the traction is there. So memang orang akan apply lah for it because they know already this is the shortest way, the fastest way of getting to their desired profession. Kalau untuk lepasan SPM, the younger crowd lah, the lepasan SPM ni, usually after school, you're still very confused about what you want to do in life. Kan? So, and also the nature of being in school, sometimes you get spoon fed so much and you terima je apa yang diberi.
Betul.
Kan? So, like, if I can just share my own case last time.
Boleh?
After SPM pun I didn't know what to do.
Betul.
Saya tak tahu nak jadi apa. I don't know there are a lot of professions out there, boleh kita ceburi.
Yes.
And a lot of times people akan cakap, okay, just the parents nak jadi doktor, lawyer, what else? Ada famous lah. There's this 4 famous sekawan, they call it, I can't remember what they ada 2 are. But balik-balik cita-cita macam tu je. I still remember last time when we were younger kan, kalau kita nak isi buku kat sekolah.
Ya, betul. Cita-cita saya nak jadi polis, doktor, angkasawan
kan. Ada 3 kan,
yes.
1, 2, 3. Balik-balik kalau lupa, kalau tahun depan kalau
sama
lupa,
juga,
tengok je balik. Pusing-pusing je. Because the awareness is not there. Kita tak tahu what else is there. I'm sure a lot of people out there kalau diorang tahu even when they were younger, yang macam okay, one day maybe they can become like Fieffy. So to kerja in the content, in the creative industry, I'm sure it would appeal to some, and more lah. So actually, it's the awareness lah that we're talking about. So going back to the question, bila mana nak try to attract the younger crowd lepasan SPM ni, memang ramai yang apply, like thousands apply for our programs, accounting ke apa benda semua ni. But during interview, later we will ask them, is this really what you want to do? Ataupun, this is your easy way out untuk dapatkan something. We actually have to really look at the candidates macam tu. Because bukan dia orang terdekat tak nak bagi diorang chance. Again, we're all about giving second chance. Tapi kalau if we sign them up for something yang macam later diorang akan cakap like maybe 1 year down the road macam, okay, this is not what I want actually. Why did I even bother signing up for this program in the first place? I don't want to become an accountant. Maybe lah, there could be cases like that. So we are trying to avoid such cases.
Ada kes yang macam tu?
There has been masa-masa awal Yayasan Peneraju ditubuhkan dulu, adalah macam tu. Diorang sign up for program because they feel like macam, okay, this is their way out, this is their way to get an employment. Tapi bila dah kerja, dia macam, okay, this is not what I want to do. So every year, you're talking about that every year, tak payah cakap every year lah, every time we run programs yang repeat, kita akan make a lot of improvements from it. We do learn a lot from our mistakes, lessons learned lah. So kalau dalam cases like that, kita memperketatkan kita punya selection. So jangan tengok macam kesian orang ni semua, kita bagi that kind of opportunity, because at the end of the day bila diorang tersangkut dalam program tu, diorang yang kerugian.
Betul.
Diorang akan tersiksa macam, this is not what I want to be.
So dari segi macam, okay, untuk macam tadi you cakap, untuk selected tu, kriteria yang macam mana sebenarnya yang betul-betul sebenarnya Peneraju memang nakkan diorang join dengan program-program yang ada?
Kalau mostly kalau kita nak tengok yang macam betul-betul dah tahu minat diorang adalah dalam bidang Peneraju Profesional lah. So Peneraju Profesional ni macam, because it's very specific kan, they're very niche, professional accounting, finance dan sebagainya, licensed account engineer. So kita nak tengok there will be assessments done lah untuk diorang ni, untuk tengok where they are more inclined to. So kita akan tengok dia punya capability. We always tell them what you want to do and what you can actually do. They might not agree with each other. So you really have to test that out lah yourself. So tapi kadang bila kena tanya, betul ke minat program accounting ni? Betul, minat. Padahal they don't even know what it is.
Betul.
So sometimes we have to ask them difficult questions lah. Macam, if you want to do ACCA for example, what do you know about it? So bila orang tu tak boleh jawab, then we know already lah, yang ni adalah the case where dia ambil je.
Betul. Sometimes macam diorang kadang ikut kawan, dia ikut kawan ataupun parents yang paksa macam, you should be accountant. Tapi sebenarnya dia tak tahu apa pun. Kan? So untuk benda-benda macam tu, Peneraju akan go through betul-betul every person yang datang lah. So diorang tak akan buat silap. And to do that, we actually we have to thank our program partners lah. Yayasan Peneraju, like I shared earlier, kita so far dalam 4 tahun ni kita ada 50 over programs. Every
each and one of the programs tu kita ada program partner sendiri.
Okay.
So Yayasan Peneraju is a small outfit. There's only about 40 of us lebih kurang. So and for us to manage like close to 9,000 scholars, that's quite a challenge lah. So we have program partners. Program partners ni adalah macam organizations yang Yayasan Peneraju employ to do the selection of scholars, the management of scholars, scholars welfare, making sure the scholars ni semua dapat certifications dan sebagainya lah. So it's actually end to end lah the relationship dengan these program partners ni. So what Yayasan Peneraju does is kita monitor. It's really like macam bird's eye view lah. So kita some programs kalau perlu every week punya perjumpaan dengan program partners to just say to see what the progress is, how the scholars are doing, blah blah blah. We will do that. So banyak touch points dengan program partners lah.
Oh, so that means you tak just let go, diorang terus pergi dengan partner and then just Peneraju stay dan cari yang lain, tak adalah. So you akan sentiasa follow up every person yang dah join dengan Peneraju dan juga partnership and Peneraju
memang
lah.
We are big on monitoring lah. So usually dengan scholars ni, our scholar, the biggest team in our Yayasan Peneraju is the scholars management team. So diorang ni kita selalu in the office lah. Kita label them as mak-mak dan bapak-bapak scholars. So tak adalah abang-abang kan. Abang-abang kadang-kadang tak ada, kita bagi mak-mak, bapak-bapak scholars. So nanti kalau scholar ni contohlah kalau scholar problem kau pun dia cakap, tengok anak kau ni ada masalah.
Like mentor dengan protege lah.
That kind of thing lah. So we want to keep it like macam of that family feel.
Betul.
So although Yayasan Peneraju relies on our program partners, tapi the scholars can always talk to us directly. So we want to try to keep that communication open. Because I think at the end of the day, what we need is actually individuals lah. Generally what we need is someone we can look up to. Someone to not necessarily hold your hand, but it's just to guide you. We need a lot of guide. So even however old you may be kan.
It means relationship between Peneraju dengan anak-anak anak kan sangat akrab lah.
So every year kita akan ada this thing called Yayasan Peneraju Carnival, where we bring our scholars macam kumpul at one venue, and then we have like sukaneka and whatever
gathering
lah. So we cannot call all lah sebab sekarang ni kita we're approaching about 9,000 macam tu. So every year we limited like about macam 1,500, 2,000 macam tu lah. So those yang boleh je lah. Kalau tidak okay juga nak.
Yelah 9,000 I rasa 3 pandang bola kot. Kan? Okay, kita akan berbicara lagi dengan Cik Azrul kita tentang macam mana korang nak tahu macam mana korang nak daftarkan diri untuk program-program Peneraju. So stay tune bersama Mykampus Radio. Jom berubah bersama. Okey, kembali lagi bersama dengan Fieffy dan juga Cik Azrul daripada Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumiputera. So kalau korang tadi ada tertinggal, sebenarnya program Yayasan Peneraju ni banyak sangat program yang korang boleh check, tapi kita bagi Cik Azrul macam mana diorang ni cara paling laju untuk daftarkan diri tentang program Peneraju ni.
Okay, so Yayasan Peneraju ni office ni satu je sebenarnya dekat Malaysia ni. Although cita-cita tu besar nak dapatkan 40,000 orang scholars by 2020,
InsyaAllah.
So office kita kekal dekat satu tempat je, iaitu KL Central. But want to make things easy for people, kita punya application semua online.
Yes, boleh buka website.
Masuk website and then you can always register kat situ lah. So some programs kita akan buka for registration, some programs kita akan buka untuk application. So the difference is registration ni kalau kita akan dibilangkan programs yang akan berjalan dalam masa terdekat ni. So bila you can key in nama, nombor contact details, very simple, macam 5-6 details je. So bila program ni dibuka untuk application, so kita akan hantar SMS
directly terus
and then we'll just say like macam you know what, program ni dah buka, so why don't you go in our website and apply for it. Itu registration lah. So application adalah untuk program yang memang dah buka. So macam application dah dibuka, sign up for it.
So untuk sekarang kita dah masuk bulan 5. So daripada bulan 5 sampai bulan 12 ni ada program yang telah dibuka ataupun yang akan dibuka ke?
Banyak actually. So kalau you masuk dekat kita punya website, we want to make it easy for people juga. Kalau you masuk website, you tengok dekat atas sekali tu tajuk dia permohonan dibuka.
Okay.
Bila you masuk permohonan dibuka tu, you will see a list of more than 10 actually
program yang ada.
Program yang permohonan dah dibuka ataupun pendaftaran. So banyaklah macam kita ada program judgement, front office officer.
Front office officer.
And kita orang hantar front office officers ni, kita orang hantar academic scholars to like 5-star hotels and things like that.
Wow, very nice.
And then automotive, oil and gas, scaffolding. Well, some might argue kata macam yes, oil and gas macam sekarang tengah ada isu kan.
Yes.
But the skills are also still marketable in other aspects lah. So we continue doing those things. Pembuatan komponen pesawat, culinary, masak-masak tu kan. Guys and girls boleh join sebenarnya tu.
Betul.
Welding, accounting, apa lagi? Macam-macam lah actually.
Itulah. So sebenarnya memang dari segi apa pekerjaan yang diorang dah ada sekarang ni, memang semua daripada Yayasan Peneraju memang ada.
Ada.
I tak sangka pula ada culinary tu.
Itulah. Yang paling spa terapi, I mentioned earlier kan, spa terapi pun ada padi dive master.
Okay.
So memang range dia banyak. So kalau nak suruh I cerita listkan satu-satu, memang banyak gila lah sebenarnya.
So kalau daripada segi yang daripada segi craft ataupun yang bahagian seni-seni sikit ada?
We used to have animation.
Animation.
Animation. We used to have that. Tapi we found out macam maybe the demand is not as much now.
Yang lain.
So kita orang put a stop to it sekejap lah. So itulah. So yang saya cakap tadi tu, kita ada this advisory council kan. We will always ask them macam, okay, should we run this program, ada demand ke tidak kan. So in times where the demand might not be as appealing, so kita orang put a hold on it. Kita orang bagi dia rehat sekejap, and we focus on program-program yang ni lah, yang ada demand. Because at the end of the day, kenapa kita buat program ni adalah for these people to later become nation builders. So semua orang cakap pasal, okay, I want to go into nation building, nak membantu negara, bla bla bla. But if you look at the programs yang kita buat, especially on the skill, they are literally nation building. So orang-orang yang dalam bidang otomotif, yang front office officer, yang buat komponen pesawat, they are literally building the nation using their hands.
Betul.
So if that's not nation building, then I don't know what that is lah. Kalau betul-betul nak berjasa kat negara, that's the way to go.
So dari segi peneraju sendiri, adakah memang boleh garanti yang semua candidates yang join ni akan bila diorang complete kursus, diorang garanti dapat kerja? Okay, yang tu memang that is one of our brand promise, employment. So tapi this is something that we have to also tell people out there lah, even to our scholars, cakap, no, before you masuk program kita orang, there are already jobs waiting for you. Kan sebenarnya ada kerusi tu memang dah ada, tinggal nak letak nama you je kat dalam tu. Okay. But the thing is, you also have to prove yourself worthy lah. So kita tak boleh macam katakan kalau you sambil lewa je dalam going through that program, semua orang sebut benda ni, you buat benda lain semua kan. So you cannot expect that seat to be yours. So this is the kind of challenge that we face also lah. But we also remind our scholars, employment is there, but you also have to work for it. Yelah, tak nak lah nanti bila dah habis kursus tapi sebenarnya dia sama dewa kan, tapi dia tak dapat kerja, dia blame peneraju pula. Betul, that's not fair kepada kita orang, that's one. But also kepada diri sendiri lah. You dah bazir masa, invest your time, bazir masa lah, actually more like investing your time for 3-6 months, going through classroom, on the job training, dan sebagainya, and then bila dah dapat that opportunity, you buat. Okay. So untuk memang siapa-siapa je yang nak join dengan program-program daripada Yayasan Peneraju ni, memang tak perlu bayar apa-apa, ataupun ada syarat-syarat lain yang Peneraju tetapkan memang kena habiskan sampai habis, ataupun you kena bayar register RM50 ke baru you boleh join ke? Okay. Ada syarat-syarat lain? Ya ada. Actually there's no such thing as pendaftaran lah. We have receive complaints lah. Before this, yang macam orang kata, dan tanyalah kat kita orang, because we're actually very active on Facebook. Orang selalu tanyalah macam betul kena bayar RM100 untuk daftar ke kan. So we receive such complaints macam 2 or 3 times, and adalah pihak-pihak yang tak bertanggungjawab
bertanggungjawab dia menggunakan nama Yayasan Peneraju untuk get easy money. Nak register, nak hantar borang pun kena bayar RM50 betul. So no such thing. So I'm telling upfront, memang there's no such thing as yuran pendaftaran, nothing.
Tak ada.
So in fact, you pergi sana, you masuk our program, what you need to do is just to focus on what it is that you sign up for lah. Itu je sebenarnya. So much so, kalau you masuk website pula, kita punya website kita, the first thing that pops adalah dia kata something along the lines of kami tidak
menerima sebarang bayaran.
Yes. Susah nak fikir ayat dia. Macam itulah.
So bermakna kalau korang semua yang nak register dengan Peneraju tapi ada yang minta bayaran, so adalah scam.
Yes, betul. There's nothing to lose. Satu sen pun tak keluar.
So korang tak perlu bayar, yang penting korang perlu teruskan program sampai korang achieve apa yang diorang nak untuk dalam setiap kursus yang diorang ambil lah.
Yup, they just have to be serious in it lah, sebab going back to giving people second chance, tak boleh main-main lah dengan second chance ni, because Yayasan Peneraju target nak bagi scholarship or tajaan kepada certain number of people. Tapi kalau you ambil, lepas tu you end up macam buat main, lepas tu halfway through the program dia start to drop out semua tu, then we will penalize you lah. So adalah cost-cost yang you kena bayar balik. Kalau
ada juga.
Kalau dia decide to drop out suka-suka hati semua tu, there will be some penalty lah. Kalau if you elok untuk program semua, nothing actually.
In fact, diorang pun yang dapat benefit, betul tak?
Exactly.
Yes.
Untuk professional, untuk working adults, ada sedikit elemen loan lah ini.
Itu boleh terangkan sikit.
Okay, sure. So initially when Yayasan Peneraju first started off, all of it is like macam full scholarship lah, I would say that. But also as mentioned earlier, we learn from our previous programs and things like that. So we realise yang macam working adult sometimes nak dapatkan demi commitment tu macam is a bit difficult.
Betul.
Sebab part time ni is not something that's easy to do. Kalau people can argue kata kalau single maybe senang sikit, those yang kena besar sikit on weekends. So we had to inject some element of loan in it. So bila scholar sendiri terpaksa keluarkan certain amount of money, baru dia ambil benda tu serius sedikit lah.
Yang baru secure sikit lah.
Because at the end of the day, we're trying to help them lah. So that is a funny way of helping them, but it works. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Tapi tak ada no programs that we run. You kena bayar kat tengah-tengah ke apa ke, tak ada. Semua dekat hujung-hujung. If anything, kalau kena bayar, semua kat hujung-hujung. And it's very, it's minimum cost lah.
Minimum cost lah. Orang kata tak adalah sampai you nak kena bayar RM16,000 untuk ambil satu course.
Kalau akademik tu, it starts off as a scholarship. Kalau you the partial scholarship lah. Kalau you dia ada different line of study, certain faculties, kalau you score certain GPA, dia convertible, dia terus jadi full scholarship.
That means kalau ada kawan-kawan kita yang baru habis SPM tak berjaya untuk dapatkan daripada mana-mana IPTA atau IPTS, diorang boleh terus juga join dengan Yayasan Peneraju.
So long as they meet the requirements lah. SPM at least 5A minus, SPM 2A minus.
So what do you think? Is it lagi better join dengan Peneraju ataupun you masuk IPTA atau IPTS?
There are pros and cons, I would say. Untuk akademik, this is something I also have to highlight. Untuk Peneraju Tunas akademik, kita memang target those in the B40, bottom 40 cluster. Meaning to say orang yang betul-betul datang pada latar belakang yang mencabar. So kita orang bila kita orang ambil scholars ni, kita orang tengok dia orang punya household income. So they have to come from a household income of less than RM4,000 a month. So anyone yang terlebih dari situ tu macam they are better lah, better to do compared to the rest. So we prioritize those yang fall within that 4,000 a month punya group to be considered for the scholarship. So itu je, Peneraju Tunas tu je yang ada that household income punya cap. Skill dengan profesional tak ada. So that way, so Peneraju Tunas ni the belief is kita orang percaya macam again talking about second chance. Kalau orang ni katakan parents dia a bit well to do, so they can afford to send them to additional classes and things like that, and they study in a better school facility, surrounding semua cukup semua, so they can probably fare as good or better than the ones yang ada all these facility yang cukup. So we believe in that lah. So that's why in one of, if I remember, in one of the advertisements that we did, ada dia punya copy that we used was di dalam kegelapan ada sinar harapan.
Yes, betul.
So that's macam awal tadi kita kata, it's not, don't give up lah basically. Betul. It's not the end of the world for you. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So untuk Peneraju Tunas, that's the belief lah for it. So Peneraju Tunas is the light of at the end of the tunnel for some people yang macam ni. So we have students yang parents mostly like macam from broken homes.
Betul.
Broken families.
Broken family, ya.
Yalah, broken homes juga lah, rumah tak ada apa, elok sebenarnya. And then ada tu yang macam parents tak ada, dijaga oleh nenek je. Macam-macam case. Kalau kita tengok Peneraju Tunas kita ni, macam-macam case yang sayu yang ada dalam tu. So we bring them into our program. We tell them, look, you don't have to worry about these things anymore. Your other challenges in life, that will be taken care of by itself lah. Nature has its way of doing things. So you focus on yourself, you build yourself up, lepas tu you can help build your family up, and then dari situ dia akan tolong community and eventually the nation lah. So it's a domino effect. You want to help, you help yourself first. That's what we always tell them.
Itu untuk yang cakap apa, Tunas. Program Tunas. So you akan diorang akan cari yang memang betul-betul daripada keluarga berpendapatan rendah. Dan juga yang mungkin ada latar belakang keluarga yang mencabar lah. Tapi macam mana pula kalau let's say dekat Malaysia sekarang ni terlalu banyak budak yang bukan nak kata gelandangan lah, tapi dia macam tak ada rumah, lari rumah ke, tapi adakah dia diberi peluang juga oleh Peneraju?
It depends on their age. Kalau Peneraju Skil Iltizam tadi tu, if you talk about teenagers lah.
Yes, teenagers.
Teenagers kan. So Peneraju Tunas Iltizam tu is to cater for that group of people lah. So bahasa kasar dia adalah macam dropouts. But we don't want to call them dropouts lah. So maybe we say golongan yang kurang cenderung akademik.
Yes, betul.
So they are the ones yang macam maybe because of their new family background, so they couldn't afford to continue school, so they had to start work from lepas UPSR, tak ada PMR, tak ada SPM. So we want to try to save this group of people. So Peneraju Skil Iltizam looks at people from the age of 17 to 21 years old. So dia punya syarat masuk tu senang, dia boleh membaca, boleh menulis, ada minat. Tiga tu je. That's all we need. So bila diorang masuk program kita, we polish them up secara yang skill. Satu, the other part of it is the nurture and development unit where kita polish diorang punya soft skills. 3 bulan into the program couple, they would already be coupled with an employment, so diorang dapat kerja. So at least these people ni kita tolong diorang polish themselves and then dapatkan kerja.
And then dah guarantee dapat kerja kan.
So daripada this is also to help them, not just to help them, also to help their family. But at the end of the day, in the longer run, if we look at it in the bigger spectrum of things, boleh mengurangkan gejala sosial lah.
Betul. Tapi kalau yang macam tu, adakah daripada side Peneraju akan sediakan tempat tinggal? Sekali dengan tempat tinggal.
Untuk skill, most of our skill programs dia datang dengan tempat tinggal sekali. Because you understand that we're catering for such group of people.
And then all over from nation kan. So memang macam diorang tak perlu nak datang dan balik macam tu, tapi diorang boleh ada tempat tinggal sekali.
So basically what we want to do is with this group of people, kita nak bawa dia masuk program kita tanpa mewujudkan masalah baru untuk dia.
Yes, tanpa gangguan lah.
So make it very smooth for them lah. So the only problem when you put in that way untuk mereka adalah for them to focus on the training.
Yes.
Itu je. That should be the only problem lah that they have to deal with.
So last daripada Peneraju sebenarnya, apa yang Cik Azrul nak tekankan dan kenapa pendengar-pendengar kita di luar sana yang masih tak tahu lagi sebenarnya ada banyak peluang yang diorang boleh dapatkan daripada Peneraju?
I think let's just put it this way lah. Macam in the current world that we live in nowadays, we have to accept yang semua orang datang dengan package yang berbeza.
Yes, betul.
Right? So I would like to just share this one quote lah by Albert Einstein. He mentioned that macam everybody is a genius.
Yes.
But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid.
Betul.
So macam mana nak suruh ikan terpanjat pokok kan?
Yes.
So you cannot put semua orang dekat the same level.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have to come to accept yang macam semua orang they are born different, so they are with different talents.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is what I think Yayasan Peneraju also believes in lah. Hence why the programs that we run terbagi pada 3 tu, yang skill, akademik dan juga professional. So they are to cater to different groups of people with different kind of skills, different kind of abilities, capacities. So itulah, so that's how Yayasan Peneraju is. And so talking about the kind of programs that we run, we have a lot, so we cannot share enough. Banyak yang ada, so it's really on you, the listeners, to really go into our website and see what's there for you.
So boleh kongsi sikit website Peneraju?
Sure. Okay, so our website is www.yayasanpeneraju.com.my. And we're very interactive when it comes to social media, especially on Facebook.
Okay.
As of today, we have like 30,500 lebih kurang followers. So our Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, they are all with the same ni lah. Nama dia adalah Yayasan Peneraju.
Okay.
And we are also on Instagram. Instagram is something new that we're trying to do. It's called realisasi_aspirasi.
Wow, jarang saya jumpa yayasan ada Instagram.
Yeah, so so Yayasan Peneraju ni, okay, so Yayasan Peneraju we're trying to do things very different from others. So I would like to invite anyone, you even to come to our office and see. Actually, you went to
really nice place.
So we're trying to make things different. So much so, we want to try to break people's
mindset yang benda-benda ni sebenarnya kenapa make it fun lah. Why you so serious macam
true,
that's your real life, so you can enjoy everything yang you buat lah.
So we try to break away from that lah. Do things differently,
be yourself.
So you can see lah, throughout our Facebook post pun the kind of language that we use. Sometimes kita kena formal, but most of the times we're just crazy bunch of people lah, trying to help people out there. So you see it for yourself lah, you tengok lah what we have to offer.
Okay, so for the next mungkin Yayasan Peneraju ada membuat roadshow ataupun event di mana-mana, so diorang boleh datang terus untuk berjumpa.
Yayasan Peneraju banyak menerima invitation, actually like a lot invitations.
Okay.
Carnival pendidikan ni, carnival pendidikan tu.
Yes.
So the next would be we receive an invitation to have this roadshow dekat Sabah, tak silap.
Sabah.
I can't remember the date exactly. Tapi itulah, you tengok kat Facebook je, we'll let you know where we will be.
So korang semua kalau nak tahu lebih lanjut lagi pasal Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumiputera ni, korang boleh terus login dekat website Yayasan Peneraju ataupun boleh chat dengan diorang dekat Facebook, dan jangan lupa juga diorang di Instagram. So korang boleh stalker banyak benda dekat sana. Dan last word, Cik Azrul?
Well, okay, so December last year, Yayasan Peneraju launched this one book.
Okay.
It's called #Ini Cerita Saya.
Yes, right? Ini cerita saya.
Ini cerita saya. So I would like to call upon the listeners out there to have a look at the book. So sometimes when I go, I meet parents, meet parents dekat roadshows and all, I said, put away all the Cinderella, Snow White punya buku semua. Read ini cerita saya. This is actually
the real story.
Correct.
Yes.
Real inspirational stories. So ini cerita saya is not really to sell Yayasan Peneraju, it's really to sell inspirational stories of our scholars. So you will see cerita dia pendek-pendek je, because I know zaman-zaman sekarang ni attention span is very short. Even for me actually. Kalau tengok buku tebal je macam I'm not even going to read the title.
Yes.
Tapi this book is very short. Ada 30 inspirational stories. I'm sure you will find some similarities ataupun one of the stories that will connect to you in it. So I would like to call upon the listeners out there to have a look at that book. Buku tu available on our website.
Okay.
Again, it's www.yayasanpeneraju.com.my.
Yes.
Nama buku tu #ini cerita saya.
Okay.
Itulah akhir kata N. Since minggu depan ni adalah hari sambutan Hari Guru.
Yes, Hari Guru.
Hari Guru 16
Mei.
So I would like to also wish Happy Teachers Day to all the educators, not just teachers, educators out there.
So jangan lupa, sebab Fia ada juga baca tentang ini cerita saya. Memang banyak sangat orang cakap pengalaman dan juga inspirasi yang korang boleh dapat. Sebab tak semestinya kalau korang tak berapa pandai, tak ada peluang untuk sambung belajar ke peringkat lebih tinggi, korang akan terus duduk di dapur lama. Tapi korang boleh terus berjuang untuk terus membuat pemilihan yang betul dan juga teruskan hidup korang dengan mengambil kos-kos yang sepatutnya korang ambil. So terima kasih Cik Azrul sebab sudi datang ke konti Mykampus Radio hari ini dan berkongsi macam-macam cerita dengan pendengar kita. So korang semua teruskan mendengar Mykampus Radio. Jangan lupa #kantin dan dengarkan kami di www.mykampusradio.com.